Just us. No rules.
Do you want to see something really cool? Of course.
Now, back to G.I. Joe.
And I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder.
I was lightning before the thunder.
Ever since I was knee-high playing with G.I. Joe, Darth Vader, and Darth must have put a hex on him for later. Him and Lex Luthor, Superman. Here comes the rain, here comes the thunder. I woke last night to the sound of thunder. Waiting on the thunder. Waiting on the
thunder. Thunder! Thunder! What's up, rebels? What's going on, guys? Let me hit this chat. How are you all doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Oh my gosh, I got a bunch of people on here tonight. Let me throw my buddy on here real quick, my special guest, and then we'll all say hello to everybody in the chat. What's up, KENTPOOL? How you doing, brother?
Hello there.
Get you a little thunder. Yeah. All right, man. Welcome. Like I said, I've got a little bit of a sore throat, a little bit of a cough, so maybe you can help me say hello to everybody here. So we got Mr. B. He says, "Yo,
what's going on?" Yeah.
And we got Collecting with Cool. Heck yeah, man. Hey there, Brett. Hope you're doing well. Let's see who else. We got Millennium Workshop. This is my buddy who does 3D printing. His name's Rex. Very cool guy. Rex. We got Doctave, Rebels No Rules. Yeah, we hit some thunder real quick. All right. Who else we got? Let's see, we got Ultra Carter Zilla, Autobots, G.I. Joe, Transform, and Roll Out.
Whew, that's a strong one.
Everyone saying hello to everybody. This is awesome. Let's see. And real quick, Ultra Carter Zilla says from Etsy, I received my guns for my Studio Series 72 Mirage figure. Looks badass with those guns. That's awesome. That's awesome. G-Force, what's up, man? He says, hey, Rebels, KENTPOOL.
G-Force.
Sweet. Doctave saying thunder. We got AM Dubs, America's Most Wanted. What's up, man? Nice to see you. What could I do? Thunder. Sweet. Oh, we got Gilster. What's up, Gilster? No problem, man. Sorry I'm late, he says. Sweet. And we've got Greedo and a Speedo. I don't know if you remember him from last year.
Do. Yeah, that's awesome.
What's up, Greedo? Awesome, man.
Very cool.
Mr. B says, damn, Ed, you sound like shit. Thank you. Yeah, I've been sick all week. But I got my buddy KENTPOOL on here. I couldn't cancel it. Me and him are gonna do this. This is gonna be sweet.
No, I'm excited. I really appreciate you reaching out and everything.
Oh, no problem, man.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, this is gonna be great, dude. I'm excited. Very excited. Brandon Looney Tunes, what's up, buddy? How are you? Let me hit you with a little thunder. And he asked this of all my guests, what's your favorite Looney Tune character?
Favorite Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Daffy Duck. Super entertaining. The wild card.
That's a good one.
I mean, I feel like you know what you're going to get with Bugs, but Daffy just a little crazy, and he's gonna get wild.
Rex says he may be sick, but he can get up his lightsaber. LOL. Terrible, terrible. Okay.
The lightsaber looked good. The
Thank you, brother. Yeah, thank you. I've been doing that this whole time. It's like I love doing that. It's fun, man. Rolando, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Let's see.
Oh yeah, Rolando. Very cool.
Rolando's the man. That dude's like a robot. It's awesome. Well, so everybody's here, so let's talk, man. I'm super excited. This is going to be great. And there's my dad, Scout 2. Hi, Dad. Let me hit you with a little thunder real quick. Awesome. All right. So let's start off with how many Mythic Legions do you have right now? I know you've been getting them, man.
So Mythic Legions, I've been going strong for almost 2 years. I'll be starting year 3 here in March with Toylanta 24. That's kind of where it all got started with good old Toylanta and the Cabal, which is like the official Mythic Legions fan group. And I have to say I'm probably over 200 figures now.
Holy crap, really? That's awesome.
If you count the Cosmic and the Figure Obscure. So basically 4 Horsemen Studios, about 200 figures strong.
That's awesome. Those Cosmic ones are sweet too. I like those too. I was looking at them.
Fun. So
got like a good sci-fi feel to them. Really cool. So since you mentioned Toylanta, I remember your favorite action figure when I asked you last year. Your favorite action figure was Future Foundation Spider-Man that you got at the Toylanta with Jetta Patrol and Grey Cook.
That's correct.
Is that still your favorite figure?
Yeah, I mean, as much fun I'm having with Legions and everything, that figure just kind of has a special place. Now, my runner-up, I did a lot of Legions Con coverage, but awesome artists in the community. My guy, Eric Burrows, Zombie Customs, he painted a 3D head sculpt of myself.
Oh, wow.
And we put together a figure that my buddy Brian Big Dub wrote a story about me being in Mythos. And basically we built this Mythic Legions figure. So that's probably my number 2. And again,
do you have that on you right now?
It's out in the garage. I almost grabbed it. I grabbed this big old dragon, like Whiplash guy instead. Yeah, he was almost in my hands, but yeah, just a lot of people helped put that figure together and just kind of honoring my buddy. Like he just sent me this story just out of nowhere, and I love the story so much. And there's so many like fantastic people in the community was able to kind of put this figure together based on the story that Big Dub came up with.
Mr. B says, go get it.
Good.
It really does sound cool. I do want to say real quick hello to Kat, and I want to say hello to Gary's Grails. They both hopped in while we were talking, so I want to at least say hello to them both.
Yeah,
welcome
there.
Let's see, what else did I have for you? So, who's your favorite Mythic Legion of all? Is it the one of you?
So I mean that's awesome. I would have to say I am they come down to factions. I'm really into the skeletons, really into the vampires. Those were supposed to be the only figures that I got for Mythic Legions, but one kind of leads to another rabbit hole. I would say my favorite, kind of like standard how the Horsemen put the figure together. It's he's one of the gods. He's one of the 4 horsemen. It's Aetheral. He's crazy. He's like on fire, and he's got like the fire horse. But that's probably going to change because we're getting the Necronominus, who's the leader god of the skeletons.
That is so awesome. That is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting him this year. So in 2024. So 2024 will be the year of the skeletons, and my skeleton legions are just going to go nuts this year.
Speaking of skeletons, do you have the Skeletor one?
Yeah, so
he's very pricey. He is very pricey. I like him a lot.
This is Keltis. And I actually have a custom cape on him.
Give me just 1 second here. Oh, you got a custom cape on him.
So that's not
he looks so
like
cool.
Stock cape, but everything else is a figure from Four Horsemen.
That is so cool, man. That is so cool.
Yeah, with collecting the skeletons, even though he's not considered to be in their faction, with him being a skeleton, I had to jump on it and get him into the collection. But yeah, the custom cape, this is by Max Bird.
That's tight. That is so cool.
Max Bird does some awesome, like soft goods that go well with Legions, Marvel Legends, and even McFarlane.
Now, right now, I was looking at him. He's about $250. Is that right? Is that about right?
Keltis, he can be a little costy.
Yeah.
So with the Masters of the Universe, these are kind of like tribute figures. For anybody that doesn't know, Four Horsemen Studios has done a lot of sculpting for Mattel and a lot of their He-Man Masters of the Universe figures in the past. So this is kind of like a throwback to kind of those years of working with them. The reason why they get expensive is there's a good chance they will not reproduce them. Some of that's just, out of respect with them being tribute figures. Yeah. And then some of it's, not really pushing the licensing and everything because, Mattel's cool about letting them make them. So
that's very cool. Yeah.
You don't want to overstep and be like, hey, let's keep producing this thing that looks like He-Man, looks like
Mattel's being nice enough to let us do. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little.
That was actually like my next question. That was actually like my next question is, about the Four Horsemen being allowed to do that through Mattel, and so that worked out just well. Gilster says he wants to see my Stratos real quick, so I'll show him.
Yeah, it's a cool figure.
Oh man, I love it. He's cool.
And very again, cool. People talk about how expensive like Mythic Legions get, but that guy, they consider that like a standard figure. You get the wings, you have like the head sculpts.
These wings are huge too. Like they are gigantic. Let me see if I can.
So that is definitely one of those figures where you get a ton of value for the price.
Yeah, look at that thing. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I love the colors. The colors were great. I actually took most of those colors and swapped out some parts, and I have like a skeleton rocking about 90% of the colors, the body.
Okay, that's cool. That is really cool. Oh, shoot. What did I do wrong? Whoops. Sorry, man. Okay. Let's get back to both of us. Here we go.
There we go.
And I'm missing a bunch of the chat, unfortunately. Let's see. We've got... okay, so we got Darth Taz. Welcome. Welcome, buddy.
Hi. Hello there.
Let's see. We got Blue Sasquatch. Is this live, Blue? Is this live?
Very cool.
Let's see, who else do we have? Doctave says, "Oh, kick ass." Shoot, I hate missing the big comments here. Let me see. Ultra Carter Zilla says, "Hey, KENTPOOL, which GI Joe character you wish would portrayed by your choice of actor. Example is my choice of actor for Duke, Christian Bale, my choice of actor for Flint, Jensen Ackles.
Ooh. I mean, G.I. Joe, I'm really happy with what they've been doing with Classified. As far as movies, I have to say I'm pretty down on movie going lately. So hopefully, you get some of those cool actors and throw together a nice little G.I. Joe. But I'd say I've been streaming a lot, so mostly like a bunch of anime and stuff. So I can't say that I'm the best like movie expert at the time. The most live action I have watched recently is Loki on Disney Plus.
I haven't got to watch that yet. The new season of that, is it really good?
I enjoyed it. I feel like compared to everything else we've gotten Marvel, I was pretty happy with it.
And we've got Clink here. Hello, Clink.
Hello there.
And Fish Tropic Canada. Welcome.
Yeah.
Sweet. So let's see here. Everybody's saying hi. Collective Cool says, is Blue really here? Hey, are you kidding me right now? I just got my first super chat.
There you go. That's awesome.
Nice. Thank you very much, man.
Congratulations.
Wow. Thank you. That's really cool.
That's a fun moment. Very cool.
Yeah, that was collecting with cool, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's very cool.
Coming through.
I'm just going to leave it on there for a minute and stare at it. I think it's awesome. Oh, man. Okay. Blue Sasquatch said I shaved for this stream, which is funny because I was advertising on Instagram messages, and he said, I need to hurry up and shave. That's pretty funny. So Mythic Legion's your favorite toy line now, pretty much? I mean,
I've been pretty heavily involved with Mythic Legions, especially this year. I feel like this year, getting more into 3D parts and kind of swapping things out, painting things, even built like a couple of dioramas over the past year. So it's definitely had a lot of my focus.
I seen that you've been painting with Citadel. Is that what you've been using?
That's correct. Yeah, I use
the same stuff. I use the same stuff. Give me 1 second. I'll show you a couple customs I did real quick.
Very cool. Very cool.
Let me see. Where are they at? Here we go.
Yeah, I did a video recently just kind of talking about Citadel paints. And,
I love Citadel.
And, that's one thing I learned when I did intern for a day with Four Horsemen Studios. It's almost like a comfort thing. So, yeah, nice.
Here, hold on. Let me make myself big real quick just so I can show you. They're pretty cool. There's one.
Yeah, and the Joes, have definitely lent themselves to some paint.
Oh, yeah. Now, this one here is my favorite. We're going to take them off the stand. So when Outback first came out, we had the Tiger Force one with the white hair, remember?
Correct.
Well, I was impatient, and I made a Night Force one myself and painted the hair red.
That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Definitely enjoying that figure, and like you said, why wait on Hasbro when you can?
And he turned out fantastic.
I
really think he turned out well.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks. And again, a lot of times it's just being patient, and it's like I try to tell people, you're never gonna get better at painting by not painting. So just find things that don't matter as much, try it out, and then when you start to build up some of that confidence, go ahead and go to that piece that you really want to do.
Believe it or not, Outback was my first one, and I was doing that orange mustache and everything, and it turned out great. I was like, "Oh my god, it's awesome!"
And that's Citadel. Do did y'all have a distributor, or did you go to like?
I went to a it's called Bookery Fantasy. It's like a what do you call it? Like a Warhammer store.
Yep.
For Warhammer. Yeah, that's where I picked up the Citadel paint. Yeah.
So they just weren't like Games Workshop, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot like that. Yeah.
It's amazing. Like even the Games Workshop, they have gotten like so much more laid back. Like a couple years ago, it was kind of like, yeah, we'll help you paint match, but don't like bring that other stuff in. And now it's to the point where they're just like, come on, let's figure that out. Pull your guy out and let's.
Well, I've got a buddy of mine that paints the little minis, mini figures, and I was asking him what paints I should get, and he's like, "You need this kind of Citadel," and da. So I wrote down everything, and I just went and picked it up, and I started using it. It was awesome. It turned out really good.
Yeah,
and it washed and everything. Very cool.
I know there's plenty of paints out there and everything. Again, I think it just comes down to being comfortable with it and just a lot of either the Games Workshop or even the other shop I go to, Dead Elf Games. They're so cool, and they're not in a rush to like sell you 900 paints. Like they want to help you get what you want and try to help you color match. And so it
also seems to dry really quickly. Citadel.
Oh yeah.
You're probably before you know it, you can touch it.
Yep, and keep moving on. And
exactly. Yeah, I love it. That's awesome stuff. It's definitely worth like $5 a bottle or whatever. I think it's definitely
get
worth
the dryers out and even speed it up faster. Yeah.
Rolando said I got a haircut for this stream. Guys are funny. They are funny. Tall Joe's headquarters. That's a new one for me.
Nice. Hello there.
Awesome. Welcome. That's awesome. You know what? Somebody new. Let me hit you with some thunder. Do you have that mythic bear, Mr. KENTPOOL?
So that was a basically their first print or kind of the demo piece. The bear, we're probably looking closer to 25 before that'll actually be a finished piece. Typically when Four Horsemen, when they kind of introduce a piece, you're probably looking at roughly a year before it's actually going to hit the market.
Okay. Doc Tave says, I woke up for this live. That's cool.
Yeah. At least enough to turn it on. After that, we're good because we're getting the watch time.
Yeah, true. He says, yeah, I've had to go elsewhere for my Mythic Legion content. LOL. Tall Joe's. Let's see. So let's see, what else did I have? Are you still collecting G.I. Joe Classified?
So, unfortunately, I am out of the G.I. Joes.
Wow.
G.I. Joe Classified, it was kind of like the same thing with Star Wars. Just the troopers get me, and it's like I love army building, so it's like with Star Wars, I was walking into stores and like walking out with First Order snow troopers, and I was like, no, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
And I mean, G.I. Joe, it was I just had so many bats and so many troopers, and I love what they're doing with G.I. Joe Classified. I love seeing them, but just decided for me that I wanted to lean more into the Legions. So I've always kind of been a use your collection to
fund your collection. Yep, absolutely.
Collection type guy. So I basically turned the Joes into more Legions.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. I actually stumbled onto a gigantic collection of vintage G.I. Joe, a lot in box.
Oh, wow.
And as I was going through them, at first I was like, it's great, I'm keeping all of them. Believe it or not, I have 7 totes lined up right here. of these vehicles in box. And I started going through them, and I'm like, which ones do I really like? You know what I mean? Like from my childhood and stuff. I'm like, I like these a lot. These other ones are cool, but I don't really, you know what I mean? Like the Star Brigade stuff. Like I don't really care about that too much. So I use some of those, you know, to fund my other collections and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I dig it.
And I mean, for whatever reason, I'm just not very retro. Like I love what NECA does with like Ninja Turtles and stuff.
Yeah, they look killer. They look like they walked off the show. Like we have them here, and they are awesome looking.
Yeah. And I just had like Ninja Turtles as a kid. I had the 3 3/4-inch GI Joes as a kid. So for me, it's like, well, I never really had like these knights and skeletons and
yeah, no, they're yeah.
So it's something kind of new for me.
Now, did you ever go back and get that 3 3/4 Duke? I know we were talking about your favorite figure. Like do you remember that last year? That you said Duke was probably your favorite.
With Duke?
Yeah.
No, I never went back and picked that up.
Oh my goodness. I think I've got what in the world? I've got another super chat somewhere.
Nice.
Let me see if I can find it. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Gilster, you didn't have to do that, brother. Oh my goodness. This is nuts. Let me hit you with some thunder. What in the world? Thank you. Wow. Thank you. That's wild. 2 in one night. That's wild. Oh my gosh. What else was I going to ask you? And then you said, if you could go back and get any other older vintage figures, you'd get a Raphael or a Casey Jones. You remember saying that?
Yeah, apparently I've quit on the vintage, on the retro, because it's I've definitely moved on to the Four Horsemen, and
I think they're killer. I love them. I think they're fantastic.
And even the Marvel Legends, you know, I'm trying to get more.
That was my next question.
Yeah, I'm more down to what do I really want to display. So I've put together, you know, an MCU display that I'm pretty happy with, and then X-Men, Spider-Man still very important to me. But man, some of the Marvel Legends at retail this year just have not
like Ollie's and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy.
Ollie's is where I actually would buy them.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm definitely going to open this tonight. This is the figure that I told everybody I was getting one for the show, but I didn't tell them what it was. So this, his name is, I don't know if that's Bryophithus.
You know, that's one thing that I don't think I'm ever going to learn the Four Horsemen. I love the figures, but I have no idea how they come up with the names.
Anyway, he looks a lot like Moss Man. That's who I'm opening tonight. Cannot wait.
He is a Moss Man tribute for sure. Yep.
Yeah, definitely, dude. He is killer. But Moss Man's like one of my favorite He-Man figures, so I'm very excited to open that tonight.
Yeah, it's an awesome design for sure.
Definitely, dude. Very killer. Yeah, very cool. So how many Marvel Legends do you think you have now?
I mean, I still have like probably 1,000.
Yeah, because there was a time like you had like every one of them. Like as far as I can remember, I'm like, oh my God, like that's crazy.
Yeah, as far as Hasbro goes, I had just about every Marvel Legend, and then just kind of died down with it just feels like so many re-releases, which is great for new collectors.
Yeah.
And I just finally got to that point where I was like, I can't buy every single Marvel Legend that comes out.
Right. So do you think that G.I. Joe Classified is kind of the new Marvel Legend line? Do you think they're going to make as many G.I. Joe Classifieds as they have Marvel Legends?
I mean, I would say at retail, I feel like G.I. Joe Classified is probably the most popular, sought after figure line. Again, I feel like Marvel Legends has lost a lot of steam. I feel like Black Series has lost a lot of steam. Ninja Turtles still going pretty strong with some of those releases, depending on, if you're trying to get to Walmart for the movie stuff or trying to get into Target. Yeah, look at you,
What
man.
in the world is going? I'm sorry. What in the world is going on? Thank you, Gary's Grip. Unbelievable.
I'm impressed. It keeps going up too.
Unbelievable.
That's
Thank
the way
you.
to do it.
What in the world? Thank you, Gary's Grills. Holy crap.
That is very
Wow.
cool.
Oh man, that's crazy. I'm trying to go back to my questions, but I'm getting flustered.
No, that's awesome, man. That's
thank you, everybody. Oh my gosh.
That's how live stream should roll.
That's amazing. Where am I at? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so what would you say is your favorite figure of 2023? Or are you saving that for a video? If you are, we don't have to discuss it.
So what I decided to do this year, instead of doing a top 10 for 23,
yeah,
each day of December, I'm doing just a YouTube short of 31 figures that I was kind of grateful for adding to the collection.
Okay.
So I might do like maybe an over video, but for me, it was just kind of like, hey, here's some figures that I'm really grateful that I was able to scoop up. And there's 31 days in December, so why don't
That's awesome. I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah, showcase. And there's like no particular order. I do have a birthday in December, so surprise, surprise, my figure was on my birthday.
On your birthday, okay.
But besides that, there's like no particular order. It's just figures I'm really happy to kind of bring into the collection.
That's awesome, Ken. That's a very cool idea, man. Very cool idea. Wolfpack, what's up? Let me hit Wolfpack with some thunder real quick. Awesome. Oh my, Wolfpack says 2 of the best in the business. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Wolfpack. I appreciate you. Thank you. You guys are too much tonight, man. You guys all rock. Holy crap. Oh, okay. I was going to ask you this in the very beginning, and I've had forgotten. But it's getting close to Christmas time. It's almost December. Die Hard or Christmas Vacation? Which one have you watched, or have you watched one yet?
Ooh. So Christmas Vacation and Die Hard will probably be closer to Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
Nice.
But
awesome.
I love some Die Hard. There's no Christmas without Die Hard.
I actually watched that last weekend at my sister's house.
Oh,
Such a great movie. Such a great movie. Oh, so G4 says, Ed, careful with copyright music. YouTube will take all your earnings. It's a good time to say Rebels No Rules, I think. I'm going to say that. Rebels No Rules.
Yeah, don't do that no matter what.
Thunderstruck! Awesome. Clark W. Griswold is the king of Christmas. A good one, man. Great one. Great one.
We shared the Christmas Vacation for many years.
So last year we talked about The Mandalorian, and you said you loved it, like on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
And you said Boba Fett you liked, like Boba Fett was okay. They could have did the Mando stuff on Mando. They didn't have to do that on Boba Fett. We were talking. I agreed with you. Yeah. What did you think of Ahsoka?
I had a blast with it. Again, I think you almost have to go back to watching some of the animated series as far as Clone Wars. So I did feel like there were parts of that getting back and just enjoying Star Wars. I know sometimes we get super critical of the shows and stuff. So I think I kind of took a step back, dropped a little bit of what makes something great, and just kind of enjoyed it for being Star Wars.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. And Hayden Christensen, I loved seeing Hayden Christensen on there, and how, like in the movies and stuff. I actually named my son after Hayden. So my son Hayden, we named him Hayden Christensen after Hayden Christensen. And so I liked him a lot as Anakin. Some people didn't. Some people complained about Hayden Christensen's performance, but I liked it. But the thing about Hayden Christensen, in those movies, he was like a Padawan. Even like when he was becoming Vader, and he was there in front of the Emperor, he's like, I'll do whatever you say. You know what I mean? Like, he was still, even though he's becoming Vader, he was still kind of like a Padawan.
Right.
And to see him on Ahsoka, it was like he was the boss. You know what I mean? Like, she was the Padawan. And he was sure of himself, and he sounded great. And I was like, this is awesome. I mean, they could do a whole series, of him right before, like Clone Wars, as live action or something. I don't know, but he was great in that. I really enjoyed his performance a lot.
Well, and credit to him as a person. I mean, he could have walked away from that character and been like, hey, you know what? I don't need to listen to people anymore. But he has embraced it, and that guy's skills to like bring across like lightsabers into the show and stuff is just unreal.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor too. I didn't get to ask you about Obi-Wan. Did you like Obi-Wan?
I did. Again, it was just, for me, it was a little weird, the timing and some of the choices. But overall, just kind of enjoying it for being Star Wars and not being too critical of, the story and the connections.
Like, as much as a lot of us complain about Disney, it's awesome to have Star Wars again.
Exactly.
I mean, I watched Empire Strikes Back over and over as a kid. I mean, I like the other ones too, but Empire was my favorite. I think Empire is your favorite as well.
Empire's a lot of fun. I like
snow days. Yeah, you said snow days in Michigan, and I'm in Ohio. So snow days a lot, we'd watch Empire Strikes Back. And it's like, that was always my favorite, and I loved it. But like, I could say it word for word, and to see new stuff being, even Boba Fett. Like, a lot of people didn't like the Boba Fett series, but there was some good in that. Like, you got to see Luke. You got to see Luke. I mean, he was great. You got to see Mando riding a I can't think of what it is. Rancor. Riding a Rancor. I mean, that who would have pictured, Boba Fett riding a Rancor? It was awesome. I thought it was great. Conclusion that they will never capture the magic of the original trilogy. I just enjoy spaceships, blasters, and lightsabers. Absolutely. Losing my voice. Another question for you. What became of Stiltman?
He's still around. We still got the indoor. In fact, a couple ollies and Ross hunts, so he might even be taller now.
Oh my gosh, you're still adding to him?
Like my ollies, they got like a bunch of the hand ninjas in and everything over the last year. So yeah, added a few more at least.
Nice, man. That's great. Blue Harvest, what's up, Mark? Hello there. Ayana Stapleton, this is my niece. What's up? Let me hit you with some thunder, girl. Yeah. Awesome. Nice to see you, kid. Very cool. Very cool. Millennium Workshop says people did not like the Book of Boba Fett because there was a lot of story and less action. 30 years of character, that meant nothing to the original. You have to tell a story before you do anything else. Agreed, yeah. He says, but I love it. Yeah, I mean, I do too, man. It's awesome.
Well, I mean, Fett's a hard character. You saw this guy in the armor, and like everybody's like, "Wow, that looks awesome!" And I think we kind of put some of our own stories out there, and then, there were a few legend stories that people either liked or didn't like. So, we had, I think we had a lot of headcanon before we actually got to live with the character a little bit.
Yeah. I thought when he escaped the Sarlacc pit, I thought was a little lame too, because we've been imagining that for
right
20-something years, him popping out of the Sarlacc pit, 30 years, and it's like I wanted to see something, like really kick ass, and it was okay, but I wanted to see him jet out of there, and just like something really cool. I've got a Star Wars Unleashed figure where Boba Fett. I don't know if you've seen that one before, where he's coming out of the Sarlacc pit.
Yep.
I mean, that's what I wanted to see, We got 23 on here tonight. That's awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
Mark, I'm going to the game here in DC Sunday. Fins up. Okay. Let's see. What else did I have for you? Last time we talked, you were at 7K. And you were saying you love to get the 10K. So congratulations on 10K, dude. That is fantastic. Awesome, brother. Awesome, man. 10K. That is fantastic, dude. Very happy.
It was
Very
awesome, and just just trying to have fun and share. For me, a lot of the hunt videos and stuff was just kind of getting out there and showing people what was in the area, and just try doing different things, and sometimes stuff lands, sometimes it doesn't, but at the end of the day, just having fun.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. 10K. I mean, like, I was blown away. I was like, that is awesome. We just talked about that last year, so that is great.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it was definitely a goal, and I try not to worry about numbers and stuff, but that was fun to celebrate, and really appreciate everybody jumping in.
Hell yeah, dude. Blue Harvest Toys says only 4.5% of people on YouTube have 10K, so well done.
Thank you.
Very well done. That. And Wolfpack says Boba jetpacking out of the Sarlacc pit versus being reborn from the Sarlacc pit. Yeah, they missed the mark. I agree, man. I agree. So, couple more little questions. We'll open up Moss Man. I know we're doing a bunch of stuff, but I just haven't got to talk to you for a while, man. I'm excited to talk to you. This is great. This is very cool.
Awesome.
So last year we talked about Batman. I was saying I'm a huge Batman fan. In fact, I'm wearing a Batman hat right now.
Nice.
That Octave in the chat bought for me a couple years ago, and I love this hat. My favorite hat.
Very cool.
Thank you, Octave. And we talked about who your favorite Batman was, and you and I both agreed on Michael Keaton. So what did you think of Michael Keaton as Batman on Flash?
It was my favorite part of Flash.
Me too. Yeah.
I would have been fine if it was just the Batman movie and I could have skipped all the Flash parts.
Yeah. That Batman was awesome on there. And it was cool. Like when he's like, this is going to hurt. And he jumps down and he fights, and just being able to see those kind of fights choreographed, with the, what do you want to call it? With the computer animated stuff now. And it looked pretty good, and it was like, we didn't have that CGI back then, in 89 with Batman, so I really liked seeing Michael Keaton, whoop ass.
No, it was some fan service, but I loved it, and it made watching the wrestling really, tolerable.
Yeah. So my niece is asking me, Ed, who made the phase Rebels No Rules? I'll tell you that real quick. My niece Ashlyn did. I have a Harley Davidson, and when she was younger, I think she was like 16. She would want to go riding on my Harley, so I'd pick her up. We'd go, we'd ride. And this is right when I started my YouTube channel, just kind of like messing around with it. And she was like, you need to call everybody something, She's like, they're rebels, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. I like that, And she's like, we're rebels because we ride motorcycles and stuff. I'm like, okay. She's like 16. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Well, one day we went through this yellow light and I just punched it. Wow, went through this yellow light. And somebody tooted at us over here on the side. and she yelled out, "Rebels, no rules." And I'm like, oh my God, I love that. So I started using it on my channel. So yeah, my niece Ashlyn gets the credit for that.
That's very cool.
Yeah, look, okay, Doc Dave, he told me a story about riding his motorcycle with someone. Words first came. That's exactly how it happened. Gilster says, still haven't seen The Flash yet. It's worth seeing just to see Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton.
Just watch Michael Keaton. Or probably somebody on YouTube has cut it just down to the Michael Keaton parts. You got to at least go find that video.
Yeah. You're welcome for the hat. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Hopefully there's an extended cut of The Flash with like 30 extra minutes of just Michael Keaton. Yeah.
Or it could be, again, a less than the Keaton parts.
Every time I go through a yellow light, I'm going to yell that now. That's funny on it. And Dave's Dimensions here. He says, Rick James. Look at you with some Awesome.
Hello there.
Rebels, no rules forever. Thank you, man. Thank you. So did I have any more? No, that was everything. Like some of the stuff I was going to ask you, we already stumbled into talking about it. So that's great. So I'm going to open Moss Man or whatever his name is. Where did I put him? Right here. I love the packaging too. The packaging opens really cool.
Yeah.
Like they would be easy to put back, like if you are done messing with them or you want to put them in the package.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that kind of refer to repacks when they're selling them.
Yeah. I think the only way you could tell if it was loose is if they took the wire off. Because it's really cool how they just slide on like that. That's great.
Yep.
But I'm very excited to open this guy. So
yeah, he's a fun guy. And again, just people in the Cabal Mythic Legions group, they are so creative. And I've seen people that are hardcore orc fans. So they've actually like taken the moss off of him so they could get like a new orc figure and everything.
So the orc is that face then? That right. Face is the orc? Yep. Okay, because Stratos, or whatever his name is, came with one of those faces as well.
Yep, so that's going to be like a gray orc, yep.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm telling you, I really don't know anything about these, just that they're badass, but they've got my attention.
And again, they're true tributes. Like sometimes they have a little bit of a bio and stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as like if you want to go canon, they're not necessarily part of the lore. So they even though they have some information about them and stuff, they're never going to be like the main characters.
Okay.
It might be like a side character, but yep, that's basically an orc.
Oh my God, dude, he's awesome. So far, this is my favorite one.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Oh, dude, he's awesome. I love it. That is so kick ass. And I want to show you guys, but I keep wanting to look at it myself. It's like it's so slick.
As far as the so cool. Go, he's one that you can still relatively get easy.
Does he smell like weed? Nope.
Yeah,
AM Dub says he's got to go. Take it easy, my friend. Have a good night. Be careful trying to pronounce that name. You'll actually summon Cthulhu.
It's a possibility.
Moss Man, fun guy. I get it. Very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, Moss guy, fun guy. Fun guy. That's funny. That is so cool. I love it. And he came with some extra stuff. Looks like he came with another head sculpt, I think.
Typically, yeah.
So do they sell just bodies where you can use these head sculpts, or?
So the big thing around the Mythic Legions, that figure is considered a 1.0 figure. Okay. And what they mean by 1.0 is any of their figures that are at that 1.0 scale, you can actually switch out the parts and the pieces.
Oh, okay.
any of
They're made to do that. They're made to be able to switch.
That's correct. So one of the things they wanted to do was hit a certain aesthetic, and then they wanted the figures where you could really switch them up and create kind of what you want with the figures.
That's so cool. That is so cool, dude.
So anything that's 1.0, so both of those figures are 1.0, you could swap any of those parts back and forth with those figures.
That's awesome.
And
dude,
just
that's
like,
awesome.
Yeah, just like anything plastic, like I recommend using heat. So a lot of people, either your blow dryer, boiling water is good. You just have to be careful. Sometimes the water hangs out in spots, so you just want to make sure you're being careful and not burning yourself.
Okay.
But most of the parts are going to come apart pretty easy. Anytime you start having some resistance, either parts in or out, I just recommend hitting it with some heat. And it's as simple as like a blow dryer for 5 seconds, and then you get more of where it'll go together.
Man, I'll tell you what, Kent, that is a badass figure.
Yeah, I mean, just like
the
tossing
pads look cool.
on, and just goes right together.
Dude. Oh, I love it, man. That's freaking awesome.
Any of those pauldrons will fit on another 1.0 figure, and any of those parts, they call it, pop and swap. So you're popping, and then you swap in your parts.
Okay. That is really cool. And then, like the other head sculpt, he's kind of got a longer chin.
Yeah, yeah.
That is so cool, dude. I love it.
They usually do a pretty good job of, your head sculpts kind of differ. So, like, when you get into your knights and stuff, you're going to get a different helmet design and everything. So, they do a pretty good job with giving you some extras.
I tell you what, this is very cool. This is very cool.
And we talked about it a little bit before we got on the, I think the Motu tributes have definitely gotten a lot of people at least started with Mythic Legions.
Yeah.
Because they see that familiar character and they're like, oh man, I love, He-Man, I love Skeletor. Let me check this out. Let me take a look at it.
Well, I'll tell you how this happened with me, because this was not planned at all. I had done a live where I was talking about the perfect He-Man. He-Man.
Yeah.
Because I love the vintage, but when they remade them and they did, hold on, I'll show you some examples real quick. They're close to
Yeah.
So like when they redid it, they made this He-Man, which I really do like, but the head sculpt's not right.
Right.
It doesn't look like vintage He-Man at all in the face. So then let me grab this real quick. So then I got the 40th anniversary He-Man, right? And he looks amazing. Like if you look at him, like he looks great. And I just put him on the Netflix Revelations Battle Cat.
Right.
So I mean, I think he looks really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I was like, I've got the perfect He-Man, with the perfect Battle Cat. I mean, this even looks like Cringer, And I'm like, I'm content. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need any more He-Man. You know what I mean? Like this, they can't get any better than this. I don't think. So, right. And I said that on my live. So I went to my buddy's store, Rema Collectibles, Aaron.
Yeah.
Actually, before this happened, I went in there and he had a Castle Grayskull and a Snake Mountain that he got on trade. And he just wanted to get him out of there pretty much. And sold them to me super cheap. I was like, I'll buy him. Why not? So I bought him. And then I started talking about He-Man. And then I bought this 40th anniversary. I did all this on a live. I'm showing everybody. It's on everybody's story. So I go back in there and I've got this like He-Man itch, like, well, who else, I've got this awesome He-Man. I'm just going to look around, And we started talking about Mythic Legions, and he started showing me, and I'm like, oh, dude, what? You know, like, because we're like compared with He-Man. And he's telling me about the He-Man and the Skeletor, and then that's when I bought Stratos. And then I had a Moss Man. It was a little high, and I found a Moss Man on eBay, and I just got him a couple days ago. So I wanted to show that on the channel. But every time I go in there now, I'm looking at Mythic Legions. I'm like, this is all your fault, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, the Horsemen are doing some great stuff, and it's just a really fun line, and kind of showing you, like, even so we did Skeletor from Four Horsemen a little earlier. This is my buddy Nick Dubes, who's a fantastic customizer, and this is like his tribute custom to Skeletor, and he used the base body is Mythic Legions, but then adding some 3D sculpts that he painted up and everything.
Dude, that's awesome.
So there's the tribute figures that the Horsemen do, and then there's some just talented people out there that even take it to kind of the next level.
I like that one a lot, dude. That one's sick.
Yeah, it's he did almost like his own line, and pretty much each He-Man character you can think of, he knocked out some really good customs. So
that is very cool.
This is Dragul, they call him, for Mythic.
He's like Hordak?
Yep.
I've been eyeballing him on eBay. Yeah, I've been eyeballing him.
And then going back to some of the soft goods and stuff. So this is a custom cape by Max Bird, and they
that's awesome.
Next level.
Oh, that's awesome! I love that.
So there's kind of the tributes, and then there's those opportunities to kind of go next level with it.
That's awesome. I love that. That is really cool. Gilster says, do they make any Conan or Lord of the Rings? Anything similar?
I've seen people do their own customs of Lord of the Rings. In fact, my buddy Big Dub, he's actually like the marketing director of Four Horsemen. He did Jeremy Gerard massive, like what is it, the Balrog?
Okay,
like, that thing was crazy looking.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
And then it's not just Mythic Legions, but so this is Cosmic Legions. And they decided with the Cosmic Legions, they would do the
Whiplash?
Yes. So they did Whiplash in Cosmic Legions, and then they also did a Many Faces tribute figure.
Wow.
So I think he was awesome. These were like a first release at PowerCon, but they'll actually be coming out next year, kind of the normal release. And the only thing that's going to be different is just the packaging. Like everything that comes with both of the figures is going to be identical. They just with being at PowerCon, they wanted to release the tribute figures during PowerCon, seeing it used to be, a heavy master show.
So I've never been to PowerCon. I know that we had one in Columbus, Ohio. I don't know, maybe about a year ago. If I'm right.
They just had it in the fall.
Okay, but I've never been to a Columbus. Is really close to me too, so I can make it. I can make it if they do it again.
So
Columbus.
It sounds like they're taking 24 off, and they might be back in 25. If they come back in 25, don't miss it. I wish I would have went to this year's. I just missed it. Just kind of had some things come up, but it's an awesome show. Four Horsemen Studios being there, just a lot of different companies representing. I know kind of Mattel hasn't been there as much.
Okay.
But you still get like NECA, you get like, what is it, Rama Toys that's doing some really cool stuff. Like they're gonna do that Turtles layer and everything.
Nice.
So there's some great representation of the toy community, and I know everybody that I talked to had a blast, and they were very sad to hear that it was going to take a year off, but sounds like they come back. It's going to be pretty strong.
Well, I definitely have to say hello to my favorite monkey lizard, Salacious Rum. How are you doing, Salacious? Let me hit you with some thunder real quick. That guy's a trip. Salacious Rum. I don't know if you watched him or not, but he's hilarious. He does this monkey lizard hangout. It's funny. He's got to get you on there if you're ever interested, man. I'm sure that he would throw you on there. He is so much fun. Great guy. Awesome. Maybe next year if you go to Toy Con, get me and yeah, sweet. He'd be the cameraman. That'd be awesome. Doc Dave lives close to me, so that would be very cool.
There you go.
Heck yeah.
Nothing like a good camera person.
Yeah, that would be great. I've never had a camera person. That'd be awesome. So is that Trap Jaw back there? You have the Trap Jaw?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is fun.
This one is whoops. He is pretty awesome. A lot of fun.
Oh wow. That is great.
Different colors and everything.
I like how you can tell who they are. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
right.
They're different, but you know what I mean? You can still read them.
And again, it's just kind of a different avenue because there are plenty of people that kind of go into Legions because it's not like those characters you're familiar with. You can kind of play around and do your own thing, but there is definitely a niche for people coming in and being like, hey, that's Skeletor, hey, that's
Like,
He-Man.
yeah, I love that. I mean, that's what got me into it. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
My good friend Rick says he wants to hear some thunder. Welcome, Rick. Rebels No Rules. Awesome. There we go. Gilster says, let's see some ladies.
And then
is this Spot? What's his name?
Webster.
Oh my gosh. What is that? Webster?
Yeah.
Weber. Okay. Dude, that's sweet. All the arms are all those arms articulated? They all move well?
Oh yeah. In fact, again, if so this is what they consider a 2.0 body, so it's a little slimmer than the 1.0 figures we've been looking at. But any of those arms, like I could take these two out and I could put them back here, or I could bring any of these up front. Or if you just wanted, if you just want him to be just like a little grunt. But yeah, all of these, like I've seen people turn these into like monsters and characters.
Okay.
Like, almost like a little skeleton creature.
Yeah. Now, what is that head sculpt? What is that one called?
So this is considered 2.0.
Okay.
And basically it just whatever's 2.0 lines up with 2.0. And some of it's just because they're like a little slimmer.
Okay.
So they're not quite as big, quite as wide as the 1.0 figure.
So what is he? Is he like a goblin or is he a...
So this is kind of like a skeleton undead character.
Okay.
So most of him's bone, and then like you got a little bit of flesh on like the head.
The head and stuff. Man, he looks awesome. He looks great.
Yeah.
He's very cool.
And then he also comes with like a helmeted head sculpt.
Okay.
So if you wanted to like army build and just turn them into kind of like a drone.
That's cool.
Real simple.
Now, I don't want to jinx it, but they stand up so well. Like, I don't want to jinx it. But everyone you've put back, they stand right back up. I mean, they're solid.
They do a pretty good job. I've had some
classified. They fall.
I've come into some battles every once in a while. So
yeah, that's awesome. They stand great. That is so cool. That's a wild trap jaw. Yeah, definitely. Very cool.
And I'll show you, we were talking about Flash movie. This was something else that I liked from Flash. So this is one of their barbarians.
Okay.
And that is the Supergirl Flash movie head sculpt.
Okay. All right. That looks awesome.
So I did have to Dremel her down a little bit, because the Mythic Legions, they have like a little bit of a longer neck than the NECA figures or McFarlane figures.
Yeah, she looks great. That looks really cool.
That's one of the female barbarians, and I just enjoyed her character in the movie and liked the head sculpt on the McFarlane figure. So customized her down. And
that's dope. Yeah, I love it. That's very cool.
She's in my little gladiator arena here.
That's very cool. Wolfpack says he's got to take Killer Mike to basketball practice. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for hopping on, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good seeing you.
KENTPOOL Master Figure Poser. Yeah, he just sets them right up there. They're doing great.
Cool.
That's awesome. We're Jason anyway.
Four Horsemen make it a little easier on me.
Yeah, they do. They really do stand well. Richard Bird, what's up, man? Let me hit you with some thunder real quick. Awesome. So who else we got back here? That's from Mo2. Is there anyone else back there? Did you get the He-Man? Did you get the He-Man one?
I do not have they call it like Adam. I do not have him. That was
very pricey.
Yes. Some of it the price, some of it like his faction I haven't really collected, so I didn't really go after him. They have Adora, which is She-Ra. They have okay. They have an Evil Lynn tribute.
No way, I haven't seen that one. Okay, I haven't seen the Evil Lynn
one. She's pretty cool. I haven't picked her up yet.
Salacious is funny, man. Oh my goodness. Art G, what's up, brother? Let me hit you with some thunder real quick. Yeah. Welcome. Very cool. I like that Art G out here too. He's a great guy.
Oh yeah. In fact, we were hanging out at Legions Con.
That's awesome. I have to have him on here again. We had a good time last time I had him on here. Very cool. Let's see.
But yeah, that'll be the interesting thing, because typically the Mo2 tributes come out with PowerCon, so we'll have to find out whether or not the Horsemen do it with no PowerCon this year. Part of me thinks that they plan these out far enough ahead that we might still get them.
That would be awesome.
Maybe there'll be an exciting reveal, or maybe they'll just kind of host something in the fall and maybe do a reveal of them.
Jada Tyson, what's up, man? Let me hit you with some thunder. Welcome, Jada. Very cool. So, is there any other brands that you'd like to see Mythic Legion make something close to, if you could choose?
I think what people would be surprised, Four Horsemen Studios, they're getting ready to celebrate their 25th year of being a studio. And
Okay.
next year will also be 10 years of Mythic Legions. So they did a lot of McFarlane back in the day.
Really?
They
Really? So maybe like a Conan looking Spawn or something
Yep.
would be awesome.
So they've done, they were part of McFarlane. They kind of got out when they started getting into like the upper lineup and the less articulation, and when they got looking more statue-like with the older McFarlane. They've done Ninja Turtles in the past, sculpting.
Oh, wow.
And then again, working with Mattel and doing He-Man. If you check out sourcehorseman.com, they have a whole article of like just the different things that they help sculpt and kind of make into toys. It's an awesome little read, and I think people would be surprised at maybe something they have owned or seen in the past that they thought looked amazing, and Four Horsemen had something to do with it.
Well, I was watching Pixel Dan. It's been a little while now, but I was watching Pixel Dan, and he was showing the Castle Grayskull that is like I'm not sure. It's the bigger Castle Grayskull that they made. I'm not sure what. I don't think it was like I'm not sure what it was for, but it was for He-Man, and it was huge. And he had said that the Four Horsemen worked on that Castle Grayskull.
So they were big on the was it He-Man 2000 or?
Well, I remember the one He-Man cartoon. It was like He-Man 2000, but I think it was after that because they look like regular He-Man figures, but they were just a little bigger.
Because a lot of the 2000 they were part of. I can't remember if it was Masters or if it was just called He-Man, but everything that was kind of that 2000, they did a lot of the sculpting and everything for.
It was a sweet Castle Grayskull, and it had a different door on the other side of Castle Grayskull, like a hidden door. And he said the Four Horsemen came up with that, and I'm like, man, that's really cool. Like, it was awesome. I really liked it. I'd love to have it. It was awesome. So very cool, very cool. So we could possibly see a Spawn figure, or maybe like Turtles, kind of, or something like that, maybe.
They've been involved in quite a few things, and I think it's always a possibility. But as much as they kind of celebrate what they've done in the past, they're always kind of looking towards the future and kind of developing. I know we talked a little bit before we started the live stream. Their Figure Obscure line, where they're taking some of these characters that are in the public domain, making the Headless Horseman, Father Christmas. So they have kind of like this respect for great stories and trying to find like good ways to represent that in plastic. So I think whenever there's an opportunity that they can really sculpt something that goes with a great story. Like I think the figure that really surprised people, their Monkey King, like that kind of came out of nowhere.
I don't think I've seen that one yet either. I don't think I have.
You check it out. I think I think the parts and stuff, and it was one of those things where everybody's like, all right, public domain, we're gonna get King Arthur, we're gonna get Robin Hood, and then out of nowhere they're like, boom, here's the Monkey King, and everybody's like, what? Monkey King?
That's awesome. I've checked that out.
And a fantastic figure, extra parts and everything, just an awesome release. And also like the Red Death, I mean, I'm sure at some point, people were at school, Edgar Allan Poe, but kind of to take something and be like, here's the Red Death, and like get people like back into thinking about some of that literature and stuff. It's really cool.
Very cool. Yeah, it's a very cool figure too. That figure is awesome. I wouldn't mind having that one. Do you think that they will do like some kind of castle, some kind of accessory, like a building or something like that? Maybe I was thinking maybe they could do like a castle and almost do it like a HasLab, like Horseman Lab or whatever they want to call it, 4 Horseman Lab or whatever. I mean, I think it would be awesome.
So the big thing, everybody was really excited for the bear. The bear was an awesome reveal at during Legion's Con, and that bear is going to be amazing. I think that's going to be another piece where people that maybe aren't familiar with 4 Horsemen might be like, what's that thing? Buy the bear and then be like, oh, you have all these other figures too. So that's going to be an incredible piece, and just amazing that they knocked that out. And I can't even imagine the tooling and everything they put into putting that together.
Yeah.
But as far as kind of building on, like you were saying, like kind of play set, whatnot, with Cosmic Legions, they have a wave that's going to be coming out in 24, and they actually came out with like accessories. So the storyline behind the wave is you have this kind of cosmic space crew that's crash landed. So they went ahead and made up like some of the gear and stuff. So like they have their containers and everything, and like they've had to take part of their ship and use it as kind of refuge and everything. They don't know what planet they're on. So to kind of build on that environment and like build on that, here's your crew and you're trying to survive. You have like these different packs to help kind of build your camp.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
It's very cool. I dig the creativity, and I dig the idea of them kind of letting you make a story as well. You know what I mean? Like with I really like that, because you can do whatever you want. Like you can change the head sculpts, like you were showing me and stuff. That's cool. That is super cool.
And I think that's one of the fun things going into their Cosmic Legions. So you think about like space and all this different stuff, and we love Star Wars. We were talking about all the shows and stuff. With all of their Cosmic Legions, like pretty much every character has been an alien, because they know that there's these like 3D print people and stuff. They know that those guys will go out and make like human head sculpts and everything for these armors and stuff. So they've been able to kind of play and be like, we're just going to give you this alien guy, here's this alien girl. So it's been real fun, because it's it's easy to be like, well, here's your human astronaut and they're surrounded by these aliens, and they just went like, no, we're going to go all in, and here's this weird green alien guy, here's this weird blue alien girl, and they really bought into the like full cosmic. Like
that's cool.
There might not be Earth around, or if you want to, you can take your head sculpt from your Mythic Legions and here's your human character in space. So they've really like stepped in and went like very cosmic, very weird, instead of playing it safe and being like, well, here's your astronaut that launched into this crazy area, and now here's some of your crazy aliens.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's very cool. It's nice to have something fresh too.
Yeah.
But solid and like built well. Like I mean, that's awesome. And it's something fresh, something new. And it's like solid, and it's got some weight to it. Like it doesn't feel like a cheap Hasbro figure. Unfortunately, I mean, I do love Hasbro. I love G.I. Joe, but it's definitely got some body to it.
And it's not a statue, and it's not like a figure arts Spider-Man. but you got enough in between where you can kind of enjoy it and tell a story on your shelf.
Right. My wife she collects NECA, and she compared it to NECA in a way. She was like, this kind of reminds me of a NECA figure. And I'm like, yeah, but the posability is a little better, like you got more articulation, and it just feels a little sturdier. I feel like it's a step up from NECA is what I feel like.
Yeah, I agree, and I think what NECA does is they hit those story beats like Predator. Like I know what Predator is. I can see Predator on my shelf. This looks cinematic. Where with the Legions, it's kind of like I'm getting like that cinematic look, but I get to tell the story.
Yeah, you've got your own version of that, and it's recreate. I love it. I think it's really cool. I mean, I'll probably buy one like maybe once a month. I don't know if I can do one like every paycheck, maybe. I don't know, man. I really like them. I mean, if I buy them online, probably is where I found the cheapest way to get them is on like eBay and stuff.
And the biggest thing, kind of like we were talking with PowerCon. The Horsemen are going to be doing a ton of shows this year.
Okay.
So the easiest way to get the best price on these figures is to go to a show where Horsemen are set up at. You're going to get, kind of like a direct price. And they have some awesome retailers as well. The retailers, it's going to be a little bit of a markup just because it's retail, it's a business.
Right, they've got to make their money too. Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
Horsemen, they're grabbing it right out of the factory. They're like the direct source. So that's the best way to get the best price. Plus, I think people would be amazed just by the actual studio and kind of the following. For me, like it was seeing the people that enjoyed it, the people that customized it.
Yeah.
And that's really what got me into the line was seeing all the energy like around the toys and just all the creative and just awesome people that were
for sure.
Yeah, that were loving this line and doing this stuff, whether it was painting the figures, building dioramas, developing like the 3D parts to go lift the figures.
Yeah.
That's really what drew me.
I like the idea that there's interchangeable parts too, because like with G.I. Joe, like I've tried to put some figures together and they don't go together well, and it's like they're actually, saying you could do this. I dig that. My dad's going to bed. Good night, Dad. And Mr. B was saying where did it go? Shoot, I just missed it. He really loved the Headless Horseman. I seen that, and it really does look awesome. It really does.
There is two versions. We have an original release, and then there was a retailer's release. The retailer's release should be pretty available. That was a recent release. I got, I think mine coming from Big Bad Toy Store, and they've actually thrown in some of the paints to give it more of like a glow. So you can like turn off the lights and you get a little bit of a glow off of.
That's a Big Bad Toy Store?
Yep, Big Bad Toy Store. They're an approved retailer. And if you just go to Source Horseman, like I'm sure you're going to see, you said Roma, right?
Roma.
I'm pretty sure they're approved retailer. So they break down exactly where you can get the figures from. Sometimes it's online. Like a really good online is Wolf King Customs. So they do a lot of your 3D parts. I have so many like head sculpts and stuff that I've painted from them. And like they'll have where you buy a figure and then they'll just throw in pieces that go lift the figure so you can kind of customize.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool. That is really cool.
And there's a lot of them that do different deals, whether it's tax free or free shipping. So a lot of awesome retailers out there.
That's very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, I really am starting to dig it, dude. I like how they look, and you and I have both collected figures for a long time. A lot of Hasbro, like Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe and stuff. A lot of Hasbro, and it's got a different feel to it. I know it sounds silly, but the plastic feels different. It's just more solid. It feels like a figure it's going to last a long time, So and the sculpt is great, and I enjoy them. They're sweet.
And again, it's it's just trying to find that balance, finding the characters you enjoy, and then getting them at a price that makes sense. Obviously, if you go onto eBay, no matter what line it is, I mean, there's going to be Marvel Legends that are very expensive,
right?
Series, everything,
yeah.
You can name it, but if you get into the figures, the characters, when it's like the original release, you're going to get a lot of value and you're not going to overpay. But anything that gets onto the secondary market or is limited, it's just part of the game, unfortunately.
Right. Well, this has been awesome, dude. Is there a Mythic Legion that you just want to show us, something that doesn't have to do with Mo2, just something kick-ass that you really like?
So I was telling you about those videos. So unfortunately, I have a lot of those main ones out. Let me grab something that's really cool, though.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Let me make you big here so we can see.
This is an older piece.
Cool.
So this is an example.
Oh,
this
wow.
Guy here, this is what they call their ogre scale.
Yeah,
he's ogre huge. Scale. So just to give you an idea, this is the 1.0 scale. This is the ogre.
And so what scale's my Moss Man? Is he 1.0?
1.0, yep.
Okay, so man, he's huge then.
And then the head sculpt, that's actually 3D printed and then painted.
He looks great, dude. That's awesome.
Can definitely come up with some pretty wicked stuff.
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, dude, besides the sculpt, everything else is what comes with the figure from Four Horsemen.
That is fantastic. He's sweet. I like his hooves.
Yeah, I mean, it's just enough different to really make it stand out.
That's awesome. I love it. That's cool. That's a good one. That's a good pick.
That's a fun character. And then I'm sitting here next to the Coliseum. So these are some of my gladiators.
Nice.
So the pauldron is 3D printed, but the helmet, that's actually Four Horsemen. It was just painted to kind of match the pauldron.
Okay.
So
that is sweet. That's badass. I like that. I'm going to need a gladiator now. That's sweet.
And then here's a good example. So we talked about Adam, the He-Man figure.
Yes.
So this is where I just kind of popped and swapped. So these are all pieces from other figures that I just kind of put together.
That's sweet.
And this is kind of what the He-Man tribute looks like without like an Adam head sculpt.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that.
So I kind of made like an anti-Eternia.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Putting together the parts. So these are like the parts that would come with that He-Man tribute, just painted different.
Okay, that's awesome. That's super cool. That is super. Mr. B says, now we're talking. That's sweet. Very cool, man.
Fun. I mean, the different factions definitely hit some different points.
Yeah.
Like this is like one of my vampires, so you can see like a little more medieval, a little more knight inspired.
Now, is that the same head sculpt that comes with Dracula? Is that what you said his name was? Like
Dracula. So So it's a little different. This is one of the kind of vampire characters, so it has a little bit of its own look to it. But I can show you like a basic vampire.
All right. These are sweet. Mythic Legions are sweet. KENTPOOL's got a bunch of them.
So this is like almost like your little grunt.
Oh wow, that's cool with the bat face. That's sweet.
So the funny thing is, even with this guy kind of being shorter, he's still a 1.0. So any of these pieces would work with like the last 2 or 3 figures that I've shown.
So like that head sculpt would fit on my Moss Man.
Correct. Yep.
That's crazy. That is so cool.
The wings would fit on there. The feet, like any of these parts would fit onto the Moss Man.
Hey, did you want to say hi to KENTPOOL real quick? Huh? Come in here real quick. My son just walked in. Here, hop on real quick. Say hello.
What's going on? Hello there.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, that's cool. Man, that's sweet. That is so cool. I like that a lot.
And again, it's like they look so much different from each other, but yet you can swap out the parts. You can make them like the big thing is just the size, as far as the height, but as far as connecting and everything, it's going to work with any other 1.0 figure.
That's very cool. Very cool. Richard Bird says Hayden rules. And Mr. B says hello, Hayden. Hayden. Gilster saying Hayden. Everybody's saying hi to Hayden. That's awesome.
So this is a vampire. So this is
the vampire ones are sweet. I kind of like these. These are awesome.
Yeah, this is a female vampire knight.
So when did the vampires come out? Is that very recent? Are they older? Or?
They're old.
So they're not cheap, are they?
They can get up there. There was a recent wave with some of the newer vampires. In fact, one of the figures I got to review this year for the studio was actually a vampire add-on. They call it the vampire phalanx, and basically it's a heavier knight, so the armor is very similar to her, except it's not the 1.0 scale, so you have kind of that more bulky look to it.
I'm gonna be looking for vampires. That's sweet. Those are cool.
But yeah, they basically they did a run of all the kind of evil gods.
Yeah.
So we're waiting to see if they turn around and do like some of the good gods, or they call them the beasts.
Okay. Well, this has been very educational for me, buddy, because I don't know anything about these, and I feel like I've learned a lot tonight. And,
well, and that was the biggest thing, over the past couple years, just kind of sharing, and I was hoping kind of as the channel was growing and as I was learning about legions, people were kind of learning with me. Yes, they do have elves and dwarves. In fact, I'll show you.
Sweet. Sweet.
So this is actually another 3D head sculpt, and this is actually a vampire dwarf.
That's awesome. I dig that. That's cool.
So one of my buddies who's big on the dwarfs, I basically was like, I don't need any dwarfs because I only do vampires and skeletons.
So he was like, hold on a sec.
He's like, hey, check out these sculpts.
Yeah.
Now you can collect dwarfs because here's your skeleton
awesome.
Dwarf.
The skeleton one is
vampire.
That skeleton one is fire.
Yeah, I love it. So He
Oh
he
my
actually
God.
designed, instead of giving it like a beard, those are actually like chains.
What? Oh, I see it now. I see it just focused in. That's awesome. That's
So
dope. That
it
is so cool.
scooped up the chains to make
I
the
love it.
beard.
That is very cool. Very cool. Yeah,
So like I
G-Force
said, just
says,
some very
G-Force says
talented people.
thank you for your knowledge and time, Kent. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it a lot, dude. I
G-Force,
appreciate it a lot.
that's one of my Carolina guys there.
Yeah, I like G-Force a lot. He's a good guy. But yeah, I started getting into this a little bit, and I was like, man, I need to get a hold of Kent. I know Kent's got a bunch of them. I'm like, it'd be a great time to hang out with him again. I know we had fun on a happy hour the last time we hung out.
Oh
This has
yeah,
been super
totally.
cool.
And like I
Super
said, it's just hit that spot where just want to have fun and kind of showcase the collection and stuff. So to be able to hop on here and talk about the collection and what
Yeah.
I'm really having fun collecting and showcasing, it's awesome. So I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, no problem at all, dude. I mean, it's cool to buy this stuff, but it's a lot funner to like play with it and talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, I have a good time doing that. I appreciate you being on here, man. This has been awesome. This has been awesome.
I mean, I've enjoyed showing the chase and what's out there, but sometimes it's nice just to sit back and be like,
well, your collection.
Here's the collection.
Yeah, enjoy it. Yeah, enjoy it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like we need more of that on YouTube, like where we actually sit down and enjoy the figure, and talk about things it does, not just a review, you know what I mean? Of just it does
Right.
this and this, but what we can do with it, So that's cool, man. This has been awesome. This has been awesome.
More of the joy of, instead of being like, here's this thing I got.
Yeah, instead of just purchasing it, you know what I mean? Like it's nice to enjoy it, So I appreciate it, man. This has been awesome. This has been great. As soon as I get another handful of Mythic Legions, if you're available, I'd love to have you on again. We do this again sometime. It'd be great.
Well, man, you gotta get feeling better. I want that cough gone next time.
Yeah, I've had it all week. And but I was like, I'm not gonna miss this. This is gonna be great. I've been excited about it. So thank you, man. Thank you for making the time. Are you still doing volleyball? Are you still doing the volleyball coaching at all?
So I am. I'm kind of on a little bit of a break right now.
Okay.
So that'll probably start back heavy in January. So it's a little bit of a break, taking some time, and worked really hard this year. So taking a little bit of time and trying to enjoy the rest of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Gilster says, nudge Greg Cook to show up on Rebels. I actually had him on a happy hour a couple years ago, and he was great.
Yeah, Greg's great.
Yeah, I like Greg a lot. He's one of my favorites. Is he doing a lot of Mythic Legions at all? I know that he's doing a lot of 3D printing.
I've been twisting his arm, and stay tuned. I think
Okay.
I think myself and Greg will probably be showing some stuff soon. So
sweet. I seen one time you guys went to a show. I can't remember what show it was, but afterwards you guys were sitting somewhere at a table. I want to say it was a restaurant or something, and he had all these different head sculpts that you were put on, and I was like, is he making those head sculpts? What is this? And I was thinking, I was like, Greg's probably going to be doing this here real soon. So
yeah, he does some awesome stuff when it comes to printing, when it comes to putting things together. So he's he did some really awesome 3D stands and everything for the figures.
Oh yeah, the stackable ones he does. Those are sweet. Has he finished his suit yet? His suit, Mandalorian suit. I've seen him wearing most of it.
I think it's getting closer and closer.
Okay, I've seen little clips here and there of him wearing most of it, and I was like, I wonder if he's finished.
The challenge is if we can get him to like Dragon Con or something. I'd love to record him kind of having fun and everything. We did one show where he trusted me enough. I kind of led him around as he was trying out one of the helmets and getting a feel for how it is maneuvering in a crowd wearing it. So
yeah, oh yeah, because you're only seeing, like,
right.
Yeah, pretty wild. Well, thank you so much, man. I won't take any more of your time. I usually only do my lives for about an hour. We've been on an hour and 40, so I apologize. But it's been a lot of fun.
Apologize for it. Been a lot of fun. Awesome seeing you getting those super chats and
yeah, that blew my mind.
having fun with the crew. So this was a lot of fun and just a natural stream, and hopefully everybody enjoyed it. And if you haven't, hit that like button. Everything helps out, and we always appreciate seeing the support.
Absolutely. And for anybody that's watching later on, next couple days or whatever, not live, if you guys don't know who KENTPOOL is, go subscribe to KENTPOOL. This guy is awesome. Great dude. He's been in the game for a long time, and he's got great content, man. Super cool guy. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate you. Until next time, guys, have fun collecting. Thank you very much for watching. Keep watching KENTPOOL. And Rebels No Rules. Thanks, guys. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.